and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into my 8-minute-ish closeout budget video. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but the only information I need to add here is what I spent. And I have pre-planned it, so it should go pretty smooth here. Everything at the top is the income, and everything at the bottom is the expenses that went out, fixed and variable. So as you can see here, I have everything that I need. And let's just see how much money I had left over at the end of the month. If you've already seen my budget video, the closeout one, the longer version where I close out week 5 of the weekly check-in and the paycheck 2 budget, that has already come out. You know exactly what's going to look like at the end, but I just want to show, because I do a monthly budget every month, I want to close out this monthly budget and show what it looks like. Now, I have way too much information on here. I couldn't even squeeze it all in. I don't know how practical doing this for you guys is. If it is, let me know in the comments if you like this or not. Give me a thumbs up and all the things. So if I decide if I'm deciding on what videos to keep in and take out, I'll know to keep this one in if this is what you want. So here we go. Income. Everything is pretty much the same. A little bit of difference here in change, and then what was bounced forward from the previous month that was already sitting in a checking account, a deposit that hit the account. That was my husband's upside money. He actually transferred that money out, and it went to a, what do they call it, a Visa Go card from my bank. And so our bank has these prepaid Go cards that you can use, and he uses those to spend his money on. Took that out, and then I had to do a positive adjustment because somewhere along the way from last month and this month, I misjudged it by an entire $45.03. $45 tells me there was, maybe I added an extra charge or didn't charge something with my chiropractic, because it's $45 every time I go. And the 3 cents, who knows what that happened with. I had to put it back in, and that's sitting there. So that's just an adjustment. No actual cash came in, but I increased the income so it would balance at the end of the month. So let's go ahead and total these numbers up in the income section. Okay, so our income, and double check my notes here, yep, that's right, was $8,867.58. So that's what we had to work with for the entire month. We got the final numbers obviously now, so very close to what we budgeted, but we knew there was some changes that were happening. Next we have is our actual expenses, this column and this column. Most of the fixed expenses are here, but as you can see, even though they're mainly fixed expenses, they go up, they go down. This one was just a mistake. I didn't even need to put it in there, because if you saw one of my earlier videos, I pre-planned and put this in our budget, or when my husband and I decided to set up this insurance for my son, or our son. I call him mine because, you know, he's just mine. He may be 21, but he's still my lovable young man, and I love him. We had to pay 2 months in advance, and I just didn't track in my mind that I didn't have to pay anything this month. That's why I didn't get charged anything. So it gave us a little extra boost this month in order to pay some debt, buy some things, and spend a little extra money. It's been awesome, and I was just grateful that we found it. So I'm going to total this up. Water was up a lot, but it was up a lot because they had 35-day bill instead of a normal 28 to 30-day bill, and that increased it somehow. The water might have increased in charges as well, as far as the overall cost of, even though we're using the same amount. And then the electric was more than what we thought. That happened a few pennies less than what we thought for AT&T. And then when I went back and looked at the sinking funds, I lowered it a little bit, just because when the trash bill came in, I just made an adjustment that made it less and evened out that one line item in our sinking funds and zeroed that out, and I get to start new next month. So that's the ups and downs of all the expenses. So let's go ahead and get started and totaling this column up. All right, this first column I have here is $5,000. $14.99. And obviously that went down because of this TRICARE thing. Next month we are going to get charged, and so that will happen, and we're good to go there. So here we go. Here we're going to total up this. Oh, before I can do that, I just realized I still have the spending categories that I need to put in here. We're going to put those numbers in. Our grocery household for the month was $1,291.07. I made sure, because I wrote subscribe and save down here, that it was separated out of that. I confused myself in my other video, but this time I'm not doing that, so we're good to go here. Now I can total this column up. Those are all the spending categories. If you total up all the weekly check-ins together in those categories, then you come up with these numbers for all the weeks combined for the monthly budget. So that's what we have here. Let's go ahead and get this number. Okay, I see what happened here. There was an unbudgeted line item and I didn't get to fit it in here. And as you can see, I'm squeezing stuff in between numbers here. So, how do I get it in here? Sometimes this isn't practical for me because I just have so much going on. Let me see if I can squeeze it in between. All right, so this is unbudgeted. Put 0 here because obviously it didn't change anything there. And between these two numbers is this 24808. Now that I have that added back in, let's run the numbers one last time. Okay, now I'm matching my notes. Whew, I scared myself. Again, almost another disaster, just like the last video. All right, we have $3,851.90. All right, actual buffer, leaving us a positive number of 69 cents. A little less than what we started the month off with, and definitely better than what we came up with in the middle of the month. But needless to say, I am very happy with how everything turned out. The 69 cents is just going to sit in the checking account. I'm going to balance it forward into the month of August, and that'll be my buffer. And even though there's not really buffing a whole lot, it's still sitting there. I'm still accounting for it, and it's fine. And that is me closing out the monthly budget, and hopefully August will be easier. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.